Hey fans, I'm coming back. I already did a review on this measuring tape, and I just want to let you know what my thoughts are on the measuring tape and the quality of the tape. I'm just giving you an update. It was the measuring tape, 25 foot, made by this company, and it has the fractions, all that on the tape, so you don't have to know your fractions, but you can learn your fractions with this measuring tape, and it's double-sided, so you could use it either way due to tight spots. You have a white one and a yellow side. One has fractions on it, and one does not have fractions on it. Now, the only thing I found with this tape, it started curling on the edge. And the problem with that is when it curls on the edge, it's kind of hard to keep it down so you can get a real good measurement. I found that it's not very durable. I've had other measuring tapes where that doesn't curve, but that's the only thing I noticed. Maybe it could be a little more thicker on the tape so that it'll prevent that from happening. But the tape does still work with the curl on it. But if you're trying to do something like, like letting it out long and then you're trying to do a measurement that way, then it's not the best. But if you're laying it on the floor or pulling it across on the edge of the 2x4 and pulling it across, the twist really didn't affect in any way of functioning of the tape. The lock still works. The quick release button on the bottom, you can pull it out, press this button, and it'll stop, and then you let go, and then it closes it. So if you don't have to lock it, you just press the button on the bottom, and you don't have to put the lock on, the red lock on the top. So other than that, it's a real good tape so far. No complaints, but other than the curl, just more of an inconvenience than really anything. But it does have the big long prongs on it too as well, so that you can hook a 2x4 or another surface well, which is pretty good. And the other thing is I thought that this being loose affects the measuring tape, but what they did when they made the measuring tape, they counted it for that slack, so the measurement is actually dead on when you pull this up. So, but other than that, other people don't realize you got to be careful sometimes. Like when you measure something, and let's say you put it up against something, this here will push down, and you see, you'll be off by hair or by a blade thickness, and that one blade thickness will make a difference when you go to cut your trim for the floor, because you're going to have a hairline crack, and you don't want to have to use wood fill or caulking or any type of filler to fill that gap. So another little tip. Oh yes, and not a lot of people realize this too. When you do use a tape, you measure it with the pencil, and you do not cut the pencil mark off. You cut on outside of the pencil mark, because if you cut on the inside of the pencil mark or cut the pencil mark off, then you're going to be a blade thickness short again, and then you're going to be scratching your head and saying, why is my measurements always off? That's why. So that was one other thing I would be careful of, any kind of tape that you're using. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe. Thank you for your time, and thank you for spending time with me, and hopefully these measuring tips will be helpful. I could use some support. Hit like and subscribe at the bottom. Have yourself a fantastic evening.